Hello and welcome to another video. So in this one we have Rollo, the gold Tibetan Mastiff, we have Reggie, one of the black and tans, and we have his father, Gyalwang, the other black and tan. Rollo is not related to Gyalwang. Rollo is the uncle of Reggie. It's the mother of Reggie who is Rollo's sister. So there's a bit of family ties going on here. So we've got a father-son pair and we've got an uncle in the mix too, but not related to the other male. So three just about adult Tibetan Mastiffs. Reggie's 16 months old, I think. So not quite fully grown, still young. The other two are fully grown adult males. Interesting point to note, they are all still intact. Every boy dog here has his testicles still. And hopefully that's the way things stay. It'll certainly be the way I would prefer things to stay. Anyway, what are we going to see in this video? So I've been introduced to Reggie's owner, and Reggie's been brought to me with my dog because there's a little bit of reactivity, although you wouldn't know it having a look at Reggie and Rollo just bump noses there. A little bit of reactivity, probably mostly due to frustration. I haven't yet seen that to make a proper assessment, so I don't fully know, so I'm not going to prejudge exactly what's going on till I get to see that. So I will do that away from Rollo's influence, and I'll just go for a walk one day with the owner and Reggie, and we'll see what we get when he comes across other dogs, and I'll be able to assess what's going on. And my suspicion is it's going to be frustration, maybe a little bit of insecurity in there, but I didn't see a huge streak of that when he met Rollo for the first time, which I didn't get on film here. You're seeing about 2 or 3 minutes after they first met. When they did first meet, when Reggie did first meet Rollo, Reggie did growl at Rollo very briefly, but that's fine, that's normal. I'm not worried about that. Dogs should be allowed to growl and communicate, and that's all there was, and then they just carried on and did a perfectly calm, normal butt sniff. Rollo and Gyalwang have met 4 or 5 times before and have been in each other's company for maybe two hours in total across their lives. It has been a long time since we've seen them or seen each other, but they are at least vaguely familiar with each other. It has been a while, but that wasn't anything I was concerned with. But yeah, Reggie was the unknown quantity. Also, I have no idea how often or not father and son have seen each other since son was taken away as a puppy. I don't know how old son was when he was taken away. I don't know if it was 8 weeks or 6 months. I don't know. And obviously can ask that question and find out. Anyway, so we're just going to go for a walk here. This is about 5 1.5 to 2 minute clips stitched together. I will go to original audio at some point when I stop doing this extended introduction. The original audio will skip about when we come across clips that have been stitched together. We were just walking and chatting and putting the world to rights, as you do when you're with people you know. So yeah, I don't necessarily expect the conversation to be enormously relevant to what's going on. We are predominantly talking about the dogs and things we've experienced with our dogs. We do discuss the vets we've used because we all live in the same area, and problems we've had with vets, issues we've had with the dogs health-wise, issues that obviously Reggie was the subject of investigation, issues Reggie's been having in general or not, and various other things we're talking about, and some of the basic things I do and don't teach people. So you'll probably hear me talking about recall at some point. I'm not doing recall. This clip you're seeing now I've already published as a short reel on YouTube. This I was talking about the confidence of Rollo, having just met one of these dogs and not really knowing the other one. The way they just split up and go either side of him here, that can be considered quite threatening by some dogs. When they're around dogs they're not familiar with, especially when they're as big or bigger than them, to go either side of another dog like that can be quite threatening. Rollo clearly understands these dogs aren't threatening him. We've been walking for 15-20 minutes now, I think, at this point, so the dogs are at least vaguely familiar. But I have seen that multiple times, not just with my dogs, with other dogs, when the two of them have got a little bit of an attitude problem and they go either side of my dogs. Yeah, you've probably seen it with your own eyes. It sometimes causes a bit of consternation when there's some unfamiliar dogs do a double team like that. But clearly not a problem here for Rollo. But then he is the very definition of calm and confident. So not surprised that he didn't get too bothered by any of that. We're on to the third clip already. My word, I have been talking. So here is the recall. Rollo has decided he's going down that path. He's about 110, 120 meters away from me at this point. Maybe, yeah, about that. So the dog park, the fenced-in dog park, is what's down the end of the path Rollo's walking on. Back to the car is the path I'm walking on with Reggie's owner. There's Gyalwang gone to see what Rollo's up to. I'm not going to put the original audio on here because you won't hear anything. I do call Rollo, but I just use his name. I do not give him any kind of commands. I just say his name once they go. He's looking at me now. I've said his name. All I did was say his name. The rest of it, I'm just ignoring him. I'm telling him, oi, I'm going this way. I'm walking this way. I'm not coming down to where you are. So I just reminded him, I've called his name. I'm not following you, Rollo. You're supposed to be following me. As you can see, he's particularly comfortable this distance away from me. So I stepped off the path to kind of make the point a little bit more with body language. And he does, as you see, he's now walking up towards us. So that's my recall. That's how I do it. I don't actually recall the dog. It's up to Rollo to follow me. I've talked on previous videos how I achieve that and what process is to get there. Undoubtedly I will do that again another day, but it's essentially all about building a relationship with the dog where the most important thing to the dog is to follow me. And it wouldn't matter if there's another dog down there, it wouldn't matter if there's a person cycling or if there's someone on a motorbike, it doesn't matter. The most important thing for Rollo to do is to follow me. Now clearly there's a little bit more a bit more interest in following me because I have the other two dogs and the other two people right by me, and we're clearly walking together still. So Rollo trying to lead us down towards the dog park, that's not what we're doing. I mean, goodness sake, it was 34 degrees centigrade when we were doing this. It was hot. The dogs didn't seem plussed at all. It was hotter than I would normally take them out for, but it was not a forecast heat. We were supposed to be under 30. Did check the weather before we went. It was supposed to be 28. Got to the park and the sun came out and it just got hot. So yeah, it was 35 degrees. So as you see, they're enjoying their shade here. And that's it. We were walking for about an hour in total, and here's father and son just lying down next to each other. Rollo kindly lying on Gyalwang's lead, and just relaxing. That was the end of the walk, and again we just chatted about stuff and the dogs and let them have a cool off. And I stopped filming it in a minute, which is a shame because Rollo didn't budge here. The car park's about 200 meters to the left. So the two black and tans and myself walked to the car park, getting ready to leave. Rollo refused to budge until I got to the car and I opened the boot of the car. And once I did that, he actually got up and then came wandering over and ready to go. I didn't have to even tell him to get in the boot. He just hopped straight up. Yeah, interesting. He is comfortable at a decent distance away from me. But again, I didn't call him, didn't give him any kind of commands. The other two were getting loaded into their cars, and Rollo realised that, yeah, maybe actually it would be a good idea to come home with me rather than get left at the dog park. But hey, that's his choice. That's entirely up to him. Yeah, it's nice seeing father and son next to each other like that. They really are a carbon copy of each other. That is cute. Yeah.